This is a Modbus TCP test application utility written in Java, and I used Apache NetBeans 12.5 and JDK 17. I don't have any external libraries. I just wrote my own Modbus client and command class, and so we'll get right into it. There's a couple of features that's different about this one that I think are handy. One is that it prints out the request and response byte array for troubleshooting and should demystify anybody's questions with Modbus commands, because this is the byte array that it writes to the socket channel and the one that it receives back, and it'll also print the exception code if there is one. I've got these button here where you can bind to the local Ethernet address in case you have more than one NIC card and for some reason you can't find the device because of multiple NIC cards. This has worked for me, but I've also used this as well, and it works as well. It's just an option. So I'll get right into it. So you can read coils. So I'm connected to an Automation Direct P1550 PLC, and for instance, this coil address 1 is cycled on and off, so we can see it changing. So each time you hit the button, you're going to read the coil value, or you can read input. So I'm implementing, these are the Modbus codes that I implemented, which is all the common ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15, 16. 99 is not part of the mod, but I'll go over that in just a second. So we can read holding registers. Another unique thing about this utility is that I'm calculating this floating point equivalent value. So if you read two registers, IEEE floating points are stored into 16-bit integers. So for instance, if we read 102, two registers, you see that we do indeed have pi stored in that register. So that's this little box. So we can read up to 8 for this example. And as you can see, the return register, or the return response byte array gets longer the more registers you read. So we go back to 2, you can see that going down. So okay, so I can also go ahead and go over this. So I included this for convenience, so we can write a floating point value 3276.7 to address 102, and we can read that back in and see that it indeed changed, and there it is. So the other functions are write a single coil, function 5. You click the state you want to write, and then write the coil. Write single register is Modbus command 6. Write 15. Command 15. We can write multiple coils. So you have to enable them with this button to write them, and then select the state that you want to write, and then select write. Okay, and then we can read multiple coils over here. Actually, the first one. So we can read those in and see they were all written to. Go back to write them all back off. Write coils, read coils. Everything's working. And write multiple registers in the same way. So that's about all. I'll include a link to download the jar file in the description. Thanks.